day 6. Today, I want to talk about how to amp up your intuition. As entrepreneurs, one of the things that I've discovered is that we have a tendency at various points in our career to look at people who perhaps have longevity in the game. You know, they've been in business 20 years, you're a beginner, and you're comparing your business activities to theirs. Or perhaps you've been in business 2 years and you seem to be running circles around someone who's been in business for 20 or 30 or 40 years. Either side is a part of us looking outside of ourselves for affirmation, validation, and confirmation of worth. So the first thing that I want you to know is that you have to learn how to trust yourself. I made the mistake many years ago of listening to a coach who was way down the line in comparison to where I was, and I ended up losing about $30,000 putting the application of what she told me into my business. So one of the things that I can tell you is that, intuition is really about learning to trust your own wisdom. You know that when a coach, consultant, speaker, or trainer gives you a piece of advice, you know whether or not it resonates with you and if it's for you. So I have a really good girlfriend who always says, eat the meat and throw away the bones. And I love that statement because I think that it's time for us to really tap in and tune into our own inner wisdom and get really clear about what we believe. As a business owner, you have to know what you believe, what you stand for, why you're doing what you're doing, and you have to be committed to the actions that you're taking. And that can't come from outside of yourself. So it's really about self-trust. If you come up with an idea, like I came up with the idea to do a podcast about 25 years ago, but because no one who was a small person was doing it, I thought, well, that's kind of a dumb idea. And now they're like all the rave, right? So, or you look at people everywhere you turn, people are talking about launch funnels. Sequencing has been in business for 100 years. There's always things that you do in a specific order to get to a specific result. The thing is, entrepreneurship is in a lot of ways a mystery. It's unfolding every day. Like you meet all these people who say they're social media experts, they're Facebook experts or LinkedIn experts or Twitter experts. Look at how long those platforms have been around. That means that you would have to study that platform exclusively in order to be an expert. But we live in a society that says if I take a weekend class, I'm an expert. But mastery is gained over time. So what I want you to know is that today is a good day for you to look at whether or not you are really being true to the authenticity of you. And authenticity, you hear people say, oh, don't say that word. It's such a buzzword. But the truth is, it's hard to do business with people who don't know who they are. It's hard to do business with people who are copying other people's systems and methodologies. It's hard to be friends with people who are regurgitating other people's ideas. What do you think? What do you know? What do you want? That's what I want to know. I want to connect with people who stay in their zone of genius, who stand in the truth of their power, who stand in their own beliefs. I don't want to be in relationship with people who are copycats of other people. Every person is a designer's original. Give yourself permission to be unapologetically you. Give yourself permission to trust your wisdom. If you meet someone and something doesn't seem right, don't question it and say, oh, I don't know, I'm not really feeling good today. My radar is off. No, go with your gut. If somebody gives you a business idea that doesn't resonate with you, say thank you for sharing and keep it moving. If someone says to you, hey, you do this really well, you might want to consider adding that to your business. If it doesn't feel good to you or you feel like, oh God, one more thing on my to-do list, leave it where it is. You don't have to follow other people's rules in order for you to build a successful business. And oh, by the way, success is defined by you, not from some outside force, not someone telling you that you're not successful if you're not married or you don't have children or if you don't look a certain way or if you're not a certain age or if your hair isn't styled a certain way. All of that is nonsense. So give yourself permission to stand in your own power and speak your truth. Have a beautiful day.